Hey everyone, it's Hugh Culver, the author of Give Me a Break, and in this short video I want to talk about interruptions. You know, I think interruptions are one of those things that they just sort of eat up our time, whether it's a text message or an email or somebody dropping by or a phone call, or even, you know, the clutter on your desk that interrupts your thinking because it distracts you. Those interruptions really do add up. You know, some of the studies that I've looked at and through my own research, I would estimate that most people have about an hour and a half of time lost during the day just to interruptions. That adds up. I mean, an hour and a half a day, that's the equivalent of about 9 weeks a year of time. So wouldn't it be great if you could reduce those even by 10 or 15%? So here are 3 simple ideas. Number 1 is to create boundaries. So a boundary is when you have time that is sacred. It's time when you get things done. If you looked at one of my other videos, you saw do the hardest 50% of your work in the first 90 minutes. Well, that requires a boundary. So for the first 90 minutes, I want to get this work done. So a boundary is like an understanding where the people that you work with understand that there's a certain time that you need. Maybe it's right after lunch or when you first arrive or at the end of the day when you need time to be uninterrupted. Number 2 is to block time. So one of my favorite planning habits is that every Friday I block time in the coming week when I'm actually going to be uninterrupted and I'm going to act as if I'm in a meeting, but really what I'm doing is I'm getting work done. So I might block time to write a proposal. I might block time to make sales calls. I might block time to interview clients or to do follow-up work. It's really important to me to get that time on the calendar, and then I start thinking, I premeditate that I'm actually going to a meeting, and I'm much more serious about making that time actually happen and protecting it. Number 3 is when I'm being asked for my time. When someone asks me, do I have a minute? Or they say, hey, I got a question for you. I always reply with how much time I actually have. So I might reply with, well, yes, I'd like to talk to you, and I only have 2 minutes. Would that work for you? Or I'm about to go into a meeting. Can we keep this short? Is that going to work for you? Now, what happens when I respond with how much time I have is that their question becomes a lot shorter. Plus, I have a reason to help to keep it short. So I hope that serves you. Number 1 is create boundaries around your time. So these are boundaries that reoccur every day. So whether it's when you first arrive or just after lunch or at the end of the day. Number 2 is to block time in your calendar. So start to treat your calendar like it's a group of blocked chunks of time that you've allocated to get important work done. And number 3 is to respond to people that want your time by saying how long you actually have. All right, hope that helps. Until next time, remember, be your best, see the best in others, and make it happen.